Imagine waking up to a world drastically different from the one you fell asleep in. One day, the world as we know it takes an unexpected turn. The unthinkable becomes reality. Our tranquility is shattered, our sense of security ripped away in an instant. A sudden disaster strikes, a catastrophe we thought only existed in the realms of cinematic fantasy. The United States, the land of the free, the home of the brave, gets nuked by Russia. The air is thick with shock and panic. Confusion reigns supreme. The everyday hustle and bustle of American life is replaced by a deafening silence, punctuated by the occasional wailing siren. The image of the red, white, and blue, once a symbol of strength and unity, now lies beneath a mushroom cloud of destruction. As the dust settles, the magnitude of the disaster begins to sink in. The loss is incomprehensible, the devastation unimaginable. The abrupt change in the everyday lives of the American people is profound and heart-wrenching. The land of dreams has turned into a nightmare. The government, caught off guard, scrambles to respond. The Situation Room is buzzing with activity, with leaders and strategists trying to make sense of the chaos, formulating a plan of action amidst the uncertainty. The world watches on in utter disbelief, awaiting the next move of the once invincible superpower. Yet in the face of adversity, the spirit of America remains unbroken. The nation that was built on resilience and courage, on the promise of freedom and opportunity, refuses to bow down. The shock and panic give way to resolve and determination. America, in its darkest hour, begins to fight back, and so, in the midst of this chaos, a hero would rise, a hero who would challenge the status quo, who would stand against the odds, who would dare to fight back and reclaim the glory that was lost. A hero who would become the beacon of hope in a world turned upside down. In the midst of chaos, a hero would rise. In times of crisis, heroes often emerge from the most unlikely places. And in the midst of chaos, a hero did indeed rise, an average citizen, known to the world as EDP445. He was not a superhero from the comic books, nor was he armed with advanced technology or special forces training. He was just an ordinary person like you or me, but with an extraordinary spirit. EDP445 was not the one you'd expect to step up in such a grave situation. He was not a decorated soldier, a seasoned diplomat, or a high-ranking official. He was a man of humble origins who lived a simple life. Yet, when the United States needed a savior, he rose to the occasion. His bravery was unmatched. While others sought shelter, he stood tall, ready to face the storm. Fear did not deter him. Instead, it fueled his resolve. He knew the odds were against him, but he did not falter. He understood the magnitude of the task at hand, but he did not back down. He was determined to protect his homeland, no matter the cost. His plan was audacious, yet brilliant. It was a testament to his ingenuity and resourcefulness. Using his wit and courage, he managed to outsmart the enemy, infiltrate their defenses, and strike at the heart of their operation. It was a risky move, but it paid off. He succeeded where others had failed. He managed to destroy Russia, saving the United States from the brink of destruction. EDP445's story is a testament to the power of ordinary people. It's a reminder that heroes are not born, but made. It's a tribute to the indomitable spirit of humanity, and the lengths will go to protect our homes, our families, and our way of life. But every hero has an Achilles heel. In the world of heroes and villains, alliances shift like sand. And so it was in our tale of unexpected champions and unforeseen enemies. After the smoke cleared from EDP445's heroic intervention, a figure emerged from the ruins. President Putin, the sole survivor of EDP445's attack on Russia, still stood. But he did not stand alone. A new alliance was formed in the shadows, an unexpected partnership with a man named Jamal. In the aftermath of devastation, the duo hatched a cunning plot, a plot that was as dark and twisted as the smoky ruins from which it was born. A plot to kill EDP445. Every story has a hero, every hero a nemesis, and in this story, EDP445's nemesis wore two faces, the face of a fallen leader, Putin, and the face of a man with a personal vendetta, Jamal. Together, they were the embodiment of betrayal. The plot unfolded like a deadly dance, a tango of treachery. They lured EDP445 into a trap, using his sense of duty and bravery against him. He walked into their lair, unaware of the danger that lurked in the shadows, unaware of the ultimate betrayal that awaited him. And then, in a moment that will be forever etched in the annals of history, our unexpected hero fell. EDP445, the man who had saved the United States, the man who had destroyed Russia single-handedly, was no more. His fall was as dramatic as his rise, a tragic end to an extraordinary journey. But as we've seen in this world of shifting alliances and unexpected heroes, nothing is ever as it seems. Heroes may fall, but their spirit lives on, their legacy immortal. The story of EDP445 is not over, it's just begun. But death isn't always the end. Sometimes the past comes back to haunt you. This isn't just a phrase for the former President Donald Trump. When the news of EDP445's death reached him, it echoed in the cold, stark walls of his prison cell. It was a call he couldn't ignore, a war cry he had to answer. Trump was no stranger to controversy, to battles, to the constant tug-of-war of power. Yet this was different, this was personal. EDP445, the unexpected hero, the savior of the United States, was no more. And the culprits? None other than Putin and Jamal, hiding in their secret underground lair. But even the thickest walls have cracks. The most secure prisons have a flaw. And for someone as resourceful as Trump, it was only a matter of time before he found his way out. He was not just a former president. He was a man on a mission of vengeance, a journey to honor his fallen compatriot. His escape was as sensational as his journey to the top had been. Determination etched on his face, he slipped past the guards, navigated the labyrinthine corridors, and emerged into the freedom of the night. The world outside was unaware of the storm brewing, of the return of a man they thought was locked away for good. With every step he took towards Putin and Jamal's hideout, the stakes got higher. But Trump was not deterred. He had a score to settle, a promise to keep. He knew the path was fraught with danger, but he was ready to face whatever came his way, ready to bring justice for EDP 445. As he closed in on their location, the world held its breath. The stage was set for a showdown unlike any other. The hunter was now the hunted, the game was on, and Trump was playing for keeps. And so, the hunter becomes the hunted. The stage is set for the final act. In the depths of a hidden underground lair, the air vibrates with the weight of impending confrontation. Two figures, Putin and Jamal, stand with their backs against the wall, their eyes flickering nervously in the dim light. The tension is palpable, a tangible entity lingering in the stale, cold air. Suddenly, the silence is broken. The echo of footsteps reverberates, bouncing off the stone walls, growing in intensity. Enter Donald Trump, the unexpected avenger, stepping out from the shadows. His face is a mask of determination, the fire of retribution burning bright in his eyes. The room becomes a theater, the three figures, its unwilling actors. Words are exchanged, each syllable carrying the weight of the world. Accusations fly like missiles, truths and lies interwoven into a tapestry of high-stakes drama. The air crackles with electricity, the tension reaching a crescendo. And then, the moment arrives, the climactic point of this high drama. Trump, with a swift movement, pulls out a weapon. The room freezes, time holds its breath. Putin and Jamal's eyes widen in shock, realization dawning on their faces. The sound of a gunshot pierces the silence, echoing off the walls of the underground lair. Then another. Putin and Jamal crumple to the ground, their reign of terror finally coming to an end. Trump stands alone, the victor in this deadly game of power. The echoes fade, leaving the room in silence once more. The tension dissipates, replaced by a hollow quiet. Trump's gaze lingers on the fallen figures of Putin and Jamal, his face a mix of relief, exhaustion, and a flicker of sadness. The curtain falls on the final act, the stage now empty. The underground lair, once a bustling hub of power and control, now silent and lifeless. The showdown is over. The underdog has triumphed. But amidst the silence, a question lingers, echoing in the emptiness. But is it really over? After the storm, there's always a calm. The dust settles and echoes of the showdown still reverberate. The titanic struggle has left its mark, and the world will never be the same. Yet even in the aftermath, the gears of fate continue to turn. setting the stage for a future filled with uncertainty. As the curtain falls on this chapter, a new one waits in the wings. In this game of power and revenge, who will have the last laugh?